Such a beautiful evening. My God.
Yep. Yep. It's almost like Hogan's Hero.
Such a beautiful evening.
It was. Yeah, 22 years.
I'm sitting here and I live probably like an 8-minute walk from here. And every time I'm here, I swear I have this thought every single time I'm here. I'm like, why do I go one day without coming here? This is just awesome. I think that almost every single time I come here. And I definitely don't come every day. But it's so obvious that I would if I was present to this.
Oh, well, obviously the outdoor world.
So interesting.
Get that
And there's something about beauty, right, that is like that. It's like there's the remembering of what was beautiful. And I think to myself, when I remember it, in some sense I carry the being of that beauty with me. In fact, I probably owe my life to the experiences of beauty in some respect. Yet there's a way in which when I go back and look at that painting or like look at this ocean, I'm like, whoa, when I was thinking about that before I came here, I thought I was actually thinking about that. But now that I'm here and I'm looking at this painting or this sunset or this lake or whatever the beauty is that I'm apprehending in the present, I'm clear. I was not thinking about this. This is this. And there's always this sense of like, well, this time, right? I'll remember. Also, the other experience I have that with oftentimes is with like taking hallucinogens. I don't know how many, I think almost every time I've had this experience of where, you know, I'll take it and the effect of it will start coming on. And then I'll remember a couple, like, you know, right before I took it. And it become obvious to me that, oh, I thought when I was thinking about this experience that I was actually thinking about it. But I wasn't thinking about it at all. This is totally not what I was thinking about, and I thought I was thinking about it. And then I usually would have the experience of like, you know, I think about that every time I take hallucinogen, and that becomes really trippy, you know. Probably the people who watch this video are probably the kinds of people that will know exactly what I'm talking about. And I think I really appreciate that and just like that there is something about experience, the encounter with the beautiful that can't be captured by me. In fact, it so much can't be captured by me that even if I remember that it's not captured by me when I'm imagining the beautiful thing, there's something so original, so real about beauty that I just like that it cannot be, in some sense, you know, taken or stored in some way. You know, and it's interesting on some level. There is this aspect, speaking of beauty, about, I think, almost maybe every perception, where even the most simplest object always, in some way, speaks to beyond itself. If anything, for example, I only see the front of it and I don't see the back. Right? Or maybe the little ink blot on the paper in some way points to the paper. There's always this quality about perception, right? That it, as you tune into it, there's something not graspable about it, but precisely in its beyond itself, right? It'll always be beyond itself, and I'll never be able to fully capture it, right? In some, I don't know, atomistic Cartesian way, let's say. Maybe this is what I hear John and Chris talk about this so beautifully, about the sense of moreness. And experiences of beauty exemplify this in a very, in fact, I think they probably teach us this moreness, this beyondness. And that there's something about when I notice that when I get into relationship with the inexhaustible intelligibility that's beyond the particular situation that I'm looking at. That the particular, it does not, by apprehending it or sensing that moreness, it doesn't take away from the situation. In fact, it animates the situation with suchness. Being as such, beauty as such. My wife's skin in that particular moment, her infinite heart, shines through. And yet then the skin is just animating in its particularity of that moment.
Oh, there it is.